Hello and welcome everyone. I'm Danielle here from Learn Reiki Philadelphia. Welcome to Community Distance Reiki. If you are new here, welcome in. If you are returning, welcome back. And if you're watching this on the replay, know that you're guaranteed just as fun and healing a time as if you were here live. If you would like to join me live, go ahead and take a peek at that description. You'll find all of the information about which days and what times, same days and times every week, that I go live, as well as information about my online Reiki classes, social media, Discord, and crystal shop. If you are here live with me, hello. Oh, so many of you are. So good to see you all. Go ahead and click that live chat button and feel free to make any requests that you have for your personal healing. We'll start by building a crystal grid together based on all of your requests. Your requests can be targeted and really specific or quite general. And you can suggest the stones you'd like or let me pick them for you, your choice. After that, I will go into a description of what Reiki is and how it works to kind of receive a session from home. And after that, I will turn down the lights, turn up the music, and send Reiki to you whenever and wherever you happen to be. Thank you so much for being here. It's an honor and a pleasure, and let's dive into that chat and see what our requests are. Hello and happy Wednesday afternoon, everyone. So good to see you. I hope you had a beautiful weekend. I hope you had a beautiful start to your week as well. So good to see you all saying hello to each other. Let's see. Vic, welcome. I believe you're new. Welcome in. Brindley, Cora Carr, good to see you both. Jennifer, good to see you. Awesome. Okay, cool. Lots of good requests. Hello. Okay, great. So let's start picking some crystals for all of you. Before we do that, let's take a peek at what I've started so far for our crystal grid. Okay, here we go. Let's just center that. There we are. Fantastic. I always start with a little bit of copper just to get the energy moving, break up any blockages. So happy to have it here. Oh, Vic, South Philly's your hometown. Right on. Thank you for joining us from Hawaii. It's a little bit earlier out by you. I know West Coast US is 3 hours behind the East Coast, but you're farther west, so I'd imagine it's probably noon or prior to noon today where you are. I have a small handle on time differences. It's not my strong suit. Let's see, we've got requests so far. We have chronic pain and fatigue, absolutely. Okay, good stuff. 10 a.m. where you are, wow. Well, welcome. Glad you're starting your day with us. So chronic fatigue and pain. And I'm looking at some other ones here. Okay, great. So keep on with those requests and I will keep the crystals coming. Da, da, da. Let's see. We will start with some Celestite. Stuff. Hey Hart, good to see you. And Sandy, welcome in. Good to see you. Good stuff. Brindley, welcome in. Wonderful to see you back too. So Celestite can be very helpful for so many things. It helps to connect us to our angels, and it can help us to have discernment between what are our fears and what are our rational thoughts. But it's also excellent for pain management. I find that this can help us to well, my opinion on how it works to help pain. I feel like it helps us to open up our upper chakras, and that brings our awareness to our spirit body and less awareness to our physical body in a way that can help mitigate the experience of pain. So I hope that this helps. It's also really supportive, being that it's angelic. So if you have any intentions on working with your angels, or if you'd just like to feel them closer, this is a great stone. Very gentle and supportive, but very effective as well. Okay. Packing to go to a new country, absolutely. And so let's see. And I will absolutely support the fatigue. There's a couple of crystals that can help with that, and I'm going to see what everybody else's requests are, so we can work that in. Soul healing, headaches, moving forward in life without fear or hesitation. Gotcha. Celestite can help that to some extent. There's a couple stones I think about for that. I'm gonna go with Chrysocolla. Chrysocolla for Jen. For the moving forward in life without fear or hesitation, Chrysocolla is one of them for sure. Chrysocolla helps us to sort of move forward, making decisions in alignment with our highest good with ease. And always moving forward involves a lot of decision making. So this helps make it easy to say yes, that, no, that, yes, that, no, that. This is great. With methods of creative expression too, it can help us to find a new outlet for our feelings, whether that's unlocking our creative skills if we're an artist or if we're a musician, or if we're struggling with feelings that are kind of stuck and we're looking for a new way to release them. It can help us find new ways of doing that are more constructive. But it definitely encourages you along your soul's purpose. It can be really supportive for that. So like when I say supportive, it's not so much a kick you in the pants, it's more like a picks you up and says, come on, we can do this together. So I love that. Soul healing, headaches. I also feel like bloodstone. I'm getting an intuition towards bloodstone. Bloodstone can help like stamina and perseverance. It's the emotional stuff hits the fan stone, if you will. But it's also, it supports the heart and it, like the heart chakra as well as the physical heart. It also really can help us with self-doubt. It helps to calm the mind. If your mind is racing, or if you're just trying to kind of focus in meditation and your mind keeps going all over the place, but this helps to focus our mind on going forward rather than looking back on things that have held us back or fears that we're having. It lifts the feelings of despair we might have, but it also is really helpful for just, like I said, stamina and perseverance, but especially perseverance when we have heaviness in our heart, but we need to move forward and feel grounded and safe at the same time. So I feel like this can be really helpful for definitely moving forward and soul healing. And headaches, I have an idea. So bloodstone, it's this beautiful deep green with hints of red. Works with the heart chakra as well as the root, helping us feel like it's okay to move forward. There we go. It also goes by the name heliotrope. Bloodstone and heliotrope are the same stone. Also, I want to bring in some blue lace agate. It does help with headaches for sure, especially if it's about tension, but also expressing difficult emotions, which I feel like is definitely in the astrology of right now. Sometimes when we're having difficulty moving forward or kind of unmooring ourselves from where we feel stuck, it can help us to express what we're feeling, and kind of like the Chrysocolla can help us in a way of finding those new ways of expressing our emotions. So too can this. This can actually help us to express it vocally through the throat, but it's excellent for anytime we're talking about something difficult, which I'm seeing in some of the other requests, but this can definitely help a headache, especially if it's tension related headache. So let's go ahead and put some blue lace agate. There we go. So blue lace agate. Thank you for being here, Jen. Lots of love. Hope you're doing well. Becoming invested in my own life with great self-compassion and fierceness and boundaries. Ooh, I like that. Actually don't think I have green obsidian. I do have green onyx. Black obsidian, have it. Black tourmaline, have it. Smoky. Becoming, and Brindley, I love that. Becoming invested in your own life with great self-compassion and fierceness with boundaries as well. Definitely being invested in your own life and kind of moving forward with that zest for life kind of feeling. Chrysocolla can be so helpful for that. I love that. Let's see, self-compassion though. I want to put that in there. I feel like blue kyanite is helpful. This is one that is radical self-acceptance. Radical self-acceptance, and I am who I absolutely am, and I am fundamentally proud of who I am. This isn't like the pride that's boastful, or I'm proud of my accomplishments, the things I have. This is I am proud of who I am on the deepest levels, and that can make it a lot easier to move forward when we feel any of those kind of shame, that kind of deep-rooted shame that we can pick up along the way. Especially with self-compassion, this can be really helpful. It helps us to be compassionate with ourselves by really understanding exactly who we are, faults and blessings and everything in between, so that we are not only compassionate but supportive of ourselves. We actively become our own ally, which can be really helpful. So this is also great for anyone who's working with intuition. This helps to... Blue kyanite can really help to take the intuitive messages that we're getting and make them more understandable, make them more clear. So if you are getting intuitions or dreams or anything and you're having a hard time figuring out what the heck does that mean, this can really help. This can really help. It's also excellent for anybody who's struggling with neurological stuff or stroke care, like if you've had a stroke or any kind of like oxygen deprivation, blood deprivation kind of injury to the brain. This can be helpful there too. I see that we had, let's see, fierceness and boundaries as well. Honey calcite. Honey calcite. Optimism, even when things are hard, but also helping to balance the solar plexus, the center of self, and will, personal will and desires, with how we show up in the world and how we relate to others. So this can be really good with being compassionate to the self, going forward with your own motivations in life, but with balancing the boundaries with other people, not being overbearing, not being a doormat, being amenable, but knowing when not to give and knowing when to say, no, I'm not willing to compromise this. This can be a great stone there. So thank you for being here. It's good to see you. There we go. Okay, great. So let's do black obsidian, black tourmaline, smoky quartz. And okay, I've got Corocar's requests for crystals as well as Herkimer diamond for Greg. Absolutely. I'll put that out. Green onyx and black onyx too. Got it. And you never have to apologize for having requests. It's all good. Green onyx. Yay. Okay. Remove insecurity and judging ourselves. Heart, absolutely. Oh, awesome. Let's see. And also Corocar's requests. Transformation, improving traditional illustration skills, as well as learning digital protection, as well as learning digital protection from past people, cardio, health, and weight loss. Not a long list. Okay, it's all good. So smoky quartz definitely helps with protection, and it definitely helps with transmutation, transformation, transitioning into who you want to be, which supports a lot of people's requests here today. Also helps with calming worry and protection in general, not just, like I know here we often use red tiger eye to help with protection from like the evil eye or intentional energy work that is of a negative nature. This does work too. It's not quite the like powerhouse of it, but it really does work, especially over time. This is highly protective. It definitely does transmute energy and protect someone too, so it can be really helpful there. So let's bring out that smoky quartz. So smoky quartz. We've also got black tourmaline to keep lower energies at bay. Talking about South Philly, we often joke about how when I lived in South Philly, I actually sewed black tourmaline into my curtains between our house and the neighbor's house. This can be great for just keeping any kind of low energy at bay, not even just related to people, but even equipment or like air conditioners this time of year, computers, any kind of electromagnetic funkiness. This helps to keep our energies clear. So we'll put that around the outside edge. Black obsidian is also protective, very, very highly so. But in particular, this can help with healing any kind of emotional overwhelm, trauma, and grief. This is one that's even great for things like physical shock. We use it a lot here for pets. This helps calm nervous pets as well. So, black obsidian. It's a beautiful stone. Okay, so there we go. And we also did black onyx and green onyx. Onyx comes in tons of different colors. It's a very wise stone. It helps us to connect to wisdom, even ancient wisdom. It's one that I work with a lot when I am, one that I work with a lot when I'm looking through really old books to find wisdom and knowledge. This can really kind of help me find older ways of doing things or inspiration from wise ones prior. Especially black onyx. It can help us work with ancestors as well, but this definitely brings wisdom of old into the present. It's highly protective. It's also one that can help us work through our grief and whether that grief is over the loss of someone else or a previous version of ourselves, any kind of loss, any kind of shift that's kind of bittersweet or just feels really bitter, this can be helpful, as can the black obsidian, or the black obsidian. Black obsidian is glass made through volcanic activity. Let's see. Yeah, we'll put that there and this here. Yeah, we'll use 4. I feel like I love the wisdom that it brings. It's another stone that I feel like it captures some of the qualities of the High Priestess, the ones that, the High Priestess in the tarot deck, the 2 towers behind her, those towers, those pillars are actually indicative, they actually represent the pillars at the library of King Solomon, and it's meant to mean like ancient wisdom. So yeah, so that's kind of, obsidian it brings that to mind, access to ancient wisdom. So green onyx also is like a deep, wise stone, but this version of it tends to focus on the heart center, the heart chakra, learning lessons from the emotions that we go through so we don't have to repeat things again that we don't need to, and also to kind of understand the deeper meaning in the cycles that might come through there. So if we're grieving the passing of someone we love, this will also help bring about wisdom surrounding the cycles of life and death in a way that is not so much like a trite way, but more like we can learn and connect with these concepts that are ancient and have persisted through humankind since forever, and glean the knowledge, wisdom, and support of those who've survived these kinds of feelings before. So it's a beautiful stone, but it can be immensely helpful for the heart center and the heart chakra. I feel like it's just one that you can work with for a super long period of time when you're going through grief. It's not overwhelming. It's just pure support. Okay. So that's green onyx. Okay. And weight loss and cardio and stuff like that. I'm going to bring in Unikite because not only does it help with themes around metabolism, so that really does help with weight loss, but it also helps with heart circulation and all kinds of body fluids. Anyone that might be going through anything related to cycles of life in a woman's life, like onset of menses, menopause, fertility, birth, labor, this is a wonderful stone to work with. But yeah, Unikite can be very grounding and loving. Definitely great for the heart center physically, as well as the heart center emotionally. Definitely metabolism, weight loss, weight gain, things like that. So that's Unikite. Thank you so much as always for being here. And I'm going to bring in that Herkimer now for Greg. We are all working together to manifest some beautiful things for Greg, especially a literary agent for his recently completed book. So we're supporting Greg and Susan by extension to get the best version of that support that they can ask for. Herkimer diamond helps us to, which is actually a form of double terminated quartz, not so much a diamond really. This helps us to take what we're asking for and requesting for the universe and make sure that it is aligned with the greater spiritual good of ourselves and those around us, our community. If you're asking for something from the universe, for me, this is more like my way of asking for it. Like, this is what I want, but like the details around it make that healthy and happy to me and everyone else involved. Blessings to everyone. So I love bringing this energy into a request. Like, this will be a good thing for the literary agent and everyone that talks to them too. It's also great for balancing energy that's kind of mismatched or discordant. It can be really great for new work environments, living environments. If you're doing any kind of traveling and you kind of get into a place and you're like, it feels like a million different nervous energies, this can help balance that a little bit. So that can be helpful. It's also great for relaxing and being in the moment. So a lot of times folks will say, well, I have to fly. I hate flying. What can I bring? This is one of the stones I actually suggest. So it's good for that too. Thank you for being here as always, Korakar. Removing insecurity and judging ourselves. Ooh, good ones. Oh, Susan, you are in here. Yeah. I actually saw your request in support of Greg. Let's see. JS, welcome in. Oh, yeah, absolutely. There's going to be so much falling asleep at some point. Karen, great to see you. Dental issues for your son. Oh, I'm so sorry. That can be so painful. Kunzite, Fluorite, Rainbow Moonstone, Rhodonite. I will get all the requests, I promise. Rhodonite, Rainbow Moonstone, Fluorite. Kunzite. Kunzite is an amazing stone of the heart center, just pure unconditional love. For folks who struggle with the concept of unconditional love, anybody who survived any kind of emotional or psychological abuse, especially in childhood, this can be a super powerful healing stone. But it's really just great for anyone who wants to expand their heart center, whether to be more open and supportive for others or simply to improve your life experience with those themes. So there's pink kunzite. Let's see, for Rainbow Moonstone. Let's see. I'm going to show you a couple different ones because it's one of those stones that looks so different raw versus like polished. This is all Rainbow Moonstone. You can really see the rainbow flash here, certainly here. Rainbow Moonstone is closely related to labradorite. This helps our connection to the divine feminine. Again, more wisdom and ancient wisdom, but especially psychic ability, intuition, messages, mediumship. This is often a celebrated stone for people who do readings on a regular basis. A very measured and balanced way to bring through psychic connection. So I'm going to bring you here and here. Okay. It can also help along with Unikite for any kind of female type troubles, whether it's hormonal, whether it's transitions in a woman's life, anything like that. Fluorite helps bring about the calm, and it does help the teeth because it is fluoride, but this is a deeply calming stone without being overwhelming. It's not like a Valium of the crystal world. It's more like a deeply calming that can last quite a while, but still leave you really present. So we've got some purple and some green fluorite. So that can help. Also with teeth, aquamarine, teeth and gums. Aquamarine also helps with all body fluids and with forgiveness and deflecting other people who might have a tendency to be petty. like deflecting that. So that is aquamarine. It's such a beautiful stone and can be used for so many things. I love aquamarine and Rainbow Moonstone together. They're very fluidy kind of energy. Like water stones, kind of like the water signs of the zodiac in that regard. So I hope, Karen, that helps your son as well. Decluttering, heart health, intuition, completing tasks. Yeah, let's go ahead with let's go with some Lapis. Eating disorganization. This helps us to feel like we want to get organized. It also helps with honesty and integrity, which on an internal level, this can really help us be honest and present with ourselves. And in terms of honesty of, do I need this? Do I not? Will I use this? Will I not? Sometimes our connection to things when we declutter can be of more of an emotional bond and can represent things that have nothing to do with that object. This helps us to be very present in the moment and see what's really motivating our connection to that object or our desire to keep it. It also can help when we're in that space of internal honesty, not necessarily attaching all the feelings to all the things, but rather to see it as like, oh, I'm holding on to this because of XYZ, rather than experiencing all of that XYZ popping up on us at the moment. So this can be helpful. Can also help career improvement. And also another good stone of pain and inflammation. So if you're struggling with that, Lapis. Someone recently had asked me, why is Lapis so expensive? And two, how come sometimes it looks almost gray versus so much blue? Right now it is going to get harder to find Lapis. A lot of the quote-unquote nicer Lapis is actually mined in Afghanistan. And so, yeah, do we want to give money to the people who are currently, do we want to give money to the Taliban? I mean, that's kind of a choice, not a choice I choose to make. The stone that does come from Chile that is Lapis does tend to have a lot more gray and white in it. And so in that, we'll see a lot more of a tendency in the crystal world of folks who want to dye it to make it look darker. So definitely another example of a stone you do not want to use in a direct water infusion that you're going to drink. I don't do that ever, but this is especially one that I would avoid it with. Very often the case that, yes, it is Lapis, but it is also dyed to look darker. And we're going to see more of that, dyeing it to look darker as things continue and we start to see more Chilean Lapis on the market. Completing tasks. I have Chrysocolla, which we've been working with a lot. Something for being overwhelmed by the energy of others. Absolutely. Black Tourmaline can help, but there's some other ones too. Let me put out some Chrysocolla. Chrysocolla is great for picking up the pieces after disappointment or something's happened. But it's also great for seeing a task through beginning to end, especially when you run out of steam halfway or you get burned out along the way. can be very helpful with that. So let's go ahead and bring this here and here and here and here. So there's a chrysoprase and just a couple more. Taking on other people's energy. Definitely want to look out for that. Intention is happiness and peace of mind. Being grounded in yourself. Letting go of how the control you have of how you are perceived towards others. Definitely blue kyanite. Absolutely perfect stone for that, which is right here and here and these two here. It's an amazing stone for pride in who you are. It's actually one that I recommend for a lot of folks in the LGBTQIA spectrum, where shame has been so weaponized and internalized over the years. This helps to really embrace that. No, I'm who I am, and I am proud of who I fundamentally am. It's a great way to combat any of the shame or any of the feeling that we have to prove ourselves in front of another. Additionally, the honey calcite can really help with that, because here is where I am. This is my will, my desires, and balancing that with how we relate to others in a healthy way, which can be so fraught in our society. So I think that will help. And I'm so glad you're here and being grounded in yourself. I'm going to bring in some red jasper. Red jasper is an excellent grounding stone. And I love the way it works with bloodstone or heliotrope, same stone, different names. Bloodstone is deeply supportive of the root chakra, basic needs, primal urges, fight or flight, helps to ground any of that nervous anxiety and feel like, okay, I'm here within myself and it's okay. For what you're describing, this and the blue kyanite is an excellent pairing for you. So I hope that helps. Let's see, where shall we place you? Let's go ahead and bring it. It's not quite a bit of, let's bring it here. Here, here. Okay, good stuff. Okay, so that's red jasper. Okay, so glad to see you, JS. Okay. Yeah, Brinley, making OT goals, it's good to be eager. I know chrysoprase is one of those good ones of like, but I want to be at the end already. I want to be at this place. But it helps you to remember that like those little seemingly unhelpful, tiny itty bitty exercises are so important for stabilizing muscles and how much dividend they will pay later. Absolutely. Oh yay, I'm LGBTQIA too. There's a whole gang of us in here. Yay. Rainbow tribe, living our lives, doing our thing. Oh, I'm so glad you're here, Vic. I didn't know you were queer, but you know what? Cool. Welcome to the clan. It's all good. Okay, cool. So let's see. I think we're good. Acting on intuition. Do we have anything for acting on intuition? Chrysoprase. You know what I'm gonna do? All right, last stone, and then we'll get into the fun part where I pick a couple stones for you to vote on. I'm gonna bring in some Larimar. Yeah, Larimar helps us to move forward with our spiritual purpose, with excitement and innovation, and feeling okay to be a spiritual pioneer. For those of us who are struggling with moving forward in a different direction and the judgments of others, it can really help. But it's also great for just being present with what you feel is your spiritual guidance to move forward with it and empowering that. it can help you with confidence in bringing that forward. It can also help you with confidence that is not ego-based. Like, it helps to ground the ego while bringing forward that importance of the energy work and the importance of intuitive work and the importance of all of our spiritual guidance. So this is a great one. Okay, so there we go. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and I am going to, and yep, absolutely. Yeah, we're a big old gang. We're a big old gang of the rainbow people, and pretty much everyone else has been a really strong advocate and ally. So you are absolutely a long family. We are here 5 times a week. Drop in anytime, and I'm more than happy to be here and offering all of this to you. I love leading this, so thank you all for being here. I am going to do that thing where I pick a couple of stones that I think are going to help support the overall energy of everything that's been requested. Y'all will vote on that while I briefly explain what Reiki is and a little of what to expect for anyone who's new, and then we will go into the healing. So bear with me, continue posting all the love into the chat while I do that. Let's see. Oh, and Jen had requested rhodonite, and I totally forgot. What did I? I did. Rhodonite is excellent for unrequited love, allergies and autoimmune stuff, and just healing of the heart and of loss within the heart. So I'm going to bring those in. Hope I didn't forget anyone else's requests. And okay, so the 2 stones that I have to suggest, one is Amazonite, and this is great with self-respect, which is, so important, but also great for calming. It's great for anything having to do with the spine or nerves, anything neurological, luck in general, especially with winnings or any kind of games of chance or competition of any kind, helps to empower women, and it helps to dispel misogyny as well, but also very connected with things like hospice and children and childcare providers. But yeah, very much self-respect, especially for those that care for others. And Aventurine, which may have been requested by one of you, and I may have forgotten it, and I'm sorry. But green Aventurine helps with everything from learning computer skills to eye problems, but what we mostly use it for here is, what mostly use it for here has to do with expanding our vision of who we can be. It lovingly helps to grow our heart center and helps with not only self-acceptance, but a little bit more radical with that, kind of going along with Kyanite, but more in the heart center. It helps us to bloom and blossom what we feel we have a chance to be in this life. So go ahead and vote for which of those two you like. I never know how this is going to end. And I will quickly explain what Reiki is and how this will work for everyone, and we will get into the healing. We are running a little behind schedule, but that's okay with me as long as it's okay with you. So go ahead and vote. If you haven't already liked the stream, go ahead and consider doing that, because it really helps with the algorithm. And for those of you who are new to Reiki, as I mentioned at the top of the hour, I'm Danielle Stimpson from Learn Reiki Philadelphia. I teach Reiki online. You can learn about all of my upcoming classes in the description below, as well as all of the days and times I'm here every week live, as well as my Discord, Crystal Shop, and all of my social media. So with that out of the way, the style of Reiki I work with is known as Usui Reiki, and it comes out of Japan around the 1920s. This style of energy work is a modern take on a classic and timeless approach and understanding of energy that's based in Shintoism. Shintoism is the indigenous spirituality of Japan, and the part of it that's most relevant to what we're talking about today is the concept that energy runs through everything, not just all the people and all the animals and the plants, but everything around us. As all of those energies run through everything, there is an interconnectedness of all things. Reiki, or spiritually guided energy, is one of the energies that runs through all of us. All of us have this energy running through us right now, every day, all the time. And while we consciously aren't paying attention to it, our body, mind, and spirit are working with it to support our greater good. This energy is sort of like if you think about the most primal, essential, just loving, supportive energy, the practice of working with Reiki is actually connecting with it and either calling on more of it to work for yourself, or connecting with it and directing it to someone or someone's to support their greater good. Your body, mind, spirit are going to go ahead and receive this energy that I send and use it to the way that best supports you. And of course, you can set any intentions that you might have, be they physical well-being, mental, emotional wellness, spiritual guidance and connection, any of the above, all of the above, or just morbid curiosity to see how it feels. You don't have to have a special intention to work with Reiki, but if you do have one, just silently bring it to your mind and let it go to the universe, and it'll be supported. Because this energy is running through all of us right now, and we're all interconnected, this supports the concept that distance Reiki is just as impactful and effective as an in-person session. I can send and connect with you just the way I would work with you if you were right here in the room with me. Also, because this energy doesn't necessarily work along our timelines, it sort of transcends that. It doesn't matter when you are in relation to me. So you could be way in the future watching this years down the line and still benefiting from it. So hello from the past. I hope you have a beautiful session. And the only things that you need to do to receive this energy is have an open heart and mind. If you'd like, I suggest that you close your eyes and get as physically comfortable as you can. And yeah, physical comfort, wouldn't it be lovely if we could always be physically comfortable, but life's just not always that easy. Go ahead and sit, lie down, move around all you need to. You can close your eyes and just sort of see how this supports you. If you fall asleep, great. If your mind is kind of running a million miles a minute, also fine. Reiki will still work. If you want to kind of slow your mind down, you can just simply take a deep breath. But you don't have to have a quiet mind to receive Reiki, and you don't have to focus on anything. You can simply just be. If you want to combine this time with a beautiful nap, or with some yoga stretches, or some journaling, or whatever feels right to you, that's absolutely perfectly fine. This time is about you doing what works for you to help you feel better. At the end of the session, I will reopen the chat and answer any questions you have, support you with any of the experiences you had. The session will go for about 25 minutes. During that time, I'll turn up the music, I'll turn down the lights. The lights will move slowly through several different colors. There will be no flashing or strobing. And if you are watching this in the future and you have questions, feel free to leave a comment down below or reach out to me through social media, and I'll do my best to help you there. Thank you so much for being here with me today. It is an honor and a privilege to have you. I do hope you enjoy your session and come back again soon. I'm here, like I said, 5 times a week, and sometimes I pop up with surprise streams, so consider subscribing with notifications on to be in the know about those. So without any further ado, let's see what won the vote and get into the Reiki. Aha, here it is. Pet rocks. Both. I want all the pet rocks. Yes. Now we're like, ooh, pet rocks. You forgot what it's called, but you like the second one. Awesome. Both. Okay, cool. So let's do both. So we will do Aventurine and Amazonite. So Aventurine. Let's see. Let's see, we'll put Aventurine here and here. We'll put Amazonite here and here. There we go. Awesome. Thank you all so very much for being here. Go ahead and get comfy. I will send for about 25 minutes, and I will reopen the chat then. Have a beautiful session. I'll see you in just shy of half an hour. you now to take a deep breath in and out. Slowly begin to come back to the space that you're in. Thank you so much for being here. It was a true honor to share this energy with all of you. I hope that all of you feel better. If you have any questions or anything to share, I invite you to use the chat. I'll be back tomorrow, Thursday at 8 a.m., Friday at 4 p.m. and 8 p.m., and Sunday at 8 p.m., all times East Coast, U.S. Good to see you, W. You're welcome, Grace. I hope you're doing well. Oh, I'm sorry today was rough, but I'm glad I could be here. Oh, Susan, absolutely. Gotcha. I'll work on that grounding video for sure. If you'd like, I can also send you an email, just a couple of things to help you ground. Anytime that we put our root chakra, like aimed towards the ground where we can kind of feel our perineum, that can help. Soaking your feet in Epsom salt water, or even sea salt water if that's what you have, that can help too. Oh, good stuff, Brindley. Glad to hear it. Vic, so glad you were here. Please come back anytime. Opening the solar plexus chakra, Brindley. Oh, thank you, Korakar. Thank you, Vincent. Oh, definitely, Heart. I'm just teaching this evening, and then I'll reach out to you. It's been a very busy week over here. I'm sorry. Let's see. Working with the solar plexus. Oh, I will mail those to you tomorrow. Heart. As for opening up the solar plexus chakra, what's a good way? Oh, I'm glad, Vic. Yay. Oh, you're totally welcome, Susan. Opening up the solar plexus chakra, there's a lot of ways you can work with that. Working with a lot of the I am kinds of, like, I use affirmations very differently than other folks. So it's hard to describe kind of quickly or in a nutshell. Best quick resource. I would say go ahead, and the quickest way I can sort of describe at the end here is bring your hands to your solar plexus, which is right beneath your sternum, in the center of your upper abdomen, right beneath the center bone of your rib cage, and just sort of take some deep breaths, very intentionally, with the intentions that you open up your self-confidence and moving forward with that. I can see I've been working on doing a session on the chakras, so maybe I'll work on that. Oh, I'm so glad, Sandy. Definitely come back anytime. And you can always watch the old videos of community distance Reiki as well. The Reiki absolutely works when you're watching it on a replay. So for Brindley as well as Sandy, I would suggest, if you want to, go ahead and watch any of the previous streams or even this one. And you can always skip ahead to where I start, like where you see the lights go down. And you can even just sit there with your hands wherever you want the Reiki to focus on, or think of your intentions. And, you know, even if you just state them once and just like let the Reiki flow. So that can be, you can have that running in the background and have that be the healing, like all by itself. You can combine it with any other kind of work that you might do, whether it's meditation, whether it's the way you use affirmations or something. Korkar, I use affirmations less as like a lying to myself, like fake it till you make it. I don't do that on a spiritual level. I kind of use affirmations. I look at just manifesting very differently, and maybe I should do a video on that, or just an open chat session on that. Basically what I do is I look at it as not just telling the universe what I want, but I try to give the universe something in return. I feel like it's a give and get. So yeah, I find a way that I can show up and right action. Like, how can I support the community and the people in it to move forward? And how does my moving forward and asking for these things help the community? So I like the idea of symbiosis. So if I'm trying to bring something new into my life or opportunities into my life, I take what I have that I no longer need and I gift it back to the community, to the universe, with love and gratitude that someone else may find support in it. And that's just sort of how I do it. Yeah, fake it till you make it does that. Also, it feels like we're lying to ourselves, which there's been studies on that, where we're saying like, you know, I feel free of pain, or I feel peace in my body. I feel, you know, lightness in my body, and you're not. It actually makes it actually creates depressive types of feelings, and I don't think that's surprising. It's almost like you're gaslighting yourself, and if it feels like that, it's not working for you. If it feels like it's working and it's helping you, like, do what works, and it's different for all of us. But when it feels like we're kind of like lying to ourselves, it doesn't help. It doesn't help. And I also feel like a lot of the so-called law of attraction, it's, oh, the universe wants me to have everything, I just have to shout it out and demand it, and that's just not how I do energy work. It's sort of like, how can I be part of the solution for other people's things? How can it's more, like I said, symbiotic for me. Yes, it does create cognitive dissonance. That's well worded, absolutely. Like saying, I feel at peace, I feel at peace. If you don't feel at peace, it's disempowering you to make the changes you need to make so you can feel at peace. It's like disempowering. So if I was doing it, I would do something more like, I find support in helping me find peace. I'm open to receiving support to find peace, would be how I would do it. But again, if it works for you, works for you. But for me, it's more like, I enjoy, I'm open to receiving new career opportunities, while my services will be of support and mutual benefit elsewhere. And that's kind of how I do it. And it's worked for me so far. I mean, it's how I started my Reiki practice and stuff too. It's like, how can I be of support in a small business while also moving forward? And it's like, wow, I started my business as a work exchange. So maybe I'll work on that. Maybe I'll work on like even scheduling a talk session where we can all kind of talk about how we use that stuff. And I'm glad you like that, Vincent. But yeah, creative cognitive dissonance is not helping our spiritual purpose. Yeah. Yes, absolutely. I'm open to this experience meeting me where I'm at while growing me. Absolutely. You know, like, I enjoy supportive opportunities for growth is something I've worked with, or something along those lines. Let's see. Oop. Sorry, too many windows. Okay. Well, thank you all so much for being here. I'm sorry to sort of have to leave and bring things to a close when we're having a great conversation, but I have to go teach a Reiki 1 class. Maybe this weekend I will schedule just sort of an open chat and dialogue and like a distance sending. Keep an eye out here on YouTube for what I put out there, also on the social media, as well as like particularly our Instagram. You can also sign up for my e-newsletter in the description below, and I will let you know what I'm able to put together. But I think maybe something like that, like a question and answer, like a proper like group convo might be nice. So maybe I'll schedule something this weekend. But I do have to go ahead and lead my Reiki 1 class, so I'm going to go ahead and end our session here with an abundance of gratitude for each and every single one of you. I hope that you have a beautiful rest of your day. Reminder, I'll be back tomorrow at 8 a.m. East Coast US time. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.